Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulaiman Rahim here, Messenger of the Covenant, Breaker of the Seven Seals. Sisters and brothers, change here. Mm-hmm. Sisters and brothers, disaster is on the way. A famine such as never been seen. I said a famine such as never been seen in Egypt. And that's just one of its plagues. A famine is coming to Europe, specifically America. I've been talking about it a lot the last few days because on the doorstep, brothers, you're going to realize this. You're going to realize this very, very soon. Some of you starting to feel aspects of it right now, but you probably don't recognize what it is. So I'm going to attempt to apprise you of the situation. I'm still having my little under the weather here, but this is too important for me to worry about or congestion or whatever it is I'm dealing with here. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Deep dark secrets. And as I've been telling you, this is the consequence of what they've been, the Holocaust. Where's the Holocaust? It's the 40 years outlined in the Abrahamic covenant that they tell you refers to false Israel, but it refers to us. We have the history, the proof, the experience, the marks, the scars, the wounds. We have it all. They have nothing but a lie. And so it said after that 40 years, you will be judged. The nation that did these things that forced that Holocaust upon us, America and Britain, Gog and Magog. Your judgment started in 2020, 1619, 2019, 40 years. Your first plague was in 2020. Kill the firstborn, the elderly, passed over us, what you did. You lied, said it was killing us, it was not. It was killing your black-faced children, not us. I never took any of your garbage. Don't intend to. Your remedies and no remedy. We don't need a remedy. You need a remedy, but there's no remedy for you. Holocaust, brothers and sisters, that's just all about, the consequence of it. That's what you're experiencing right now. So I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm going over the same material over every day. You always keep getting the same things. Yes, I send the same things. Like if you go to a hurricane station, a hurricane's approaching, it's going to be here in 3 days. That's all you're going to hear in the next 3 days. A hurricane, because you get more about it as the closer it gets. Because that's the issue. The issue now is this famine. And it's coming. All the mechanics of it are already here. So I'm going to try to explain some of it. But let's look at this clown here. Son of addition. Now, if you go out and Google, just Google, Farrakhan says his father is a Jew. Or depends on the kind of phone you got. Farrakhan says his father may be a Jew. I think the first will get it. That's what he says. He says his grandparents, on his father's side, his father's parents, white Portuguese Jews. What he says. Would that make him a Jew? Wouldn't it? Because it said his father raped his mother. So he got his black skin from his mother, but his nature came from his father. They are desperately trying to hide that fact from you. They're cutting up all kinds of garbage and everything, right? You are what your father is. You start out as a sperm, and sperm is alive. Whatever that's your friend, they say, oh, it don't matter because God made you. He gave you eyes and everything else. He's in the womb, so it don't matter who your mother and father is. Okay, really? He is lies there, so he's trying to cover up the fact he's a devil. He's a demon. That's what a demon is. Half devil, half man. Demon. That's what it is. Some people out here say it means devil man. No, that's wrong. Because devils are men. It means half devil, half man. Exactly like I'm telling you. You know, really, people, they get it to the right and they twist and get it wrong. They don't understand. When you do that, the next person takes another step further. Next thing you hear, he's a devil specialist. Half devil, half man. That's what it means. Demon. Don't mean devil man. Half devil, half man. So that's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. I'm not going to why it's not. Half devil, half man. Okay. So that's what he is. Son of perdition. He was sitting in Elijah's seat. Let me say one more thing about that. The thing when I was a kid, right? Telephone, I think you used to call it. And first they say someone, hello, how are you doing? And they would tell the next person what you said. And that's what you said. And about with 10 people, by the time he came back, says, you jerk off, I'm gonna sleep with your mama. How do you get to that? That's what happens when you got a flaw. See? It grows. It's like a cancer. If you got a foundation, I don't care how beautiful that foundation is, if you got a flaw, the more you build on it, the more that flaw shows up until after a while that flaw becomes so critical, it brings the whole building down. That's why its kingdom will last forever, because there will be no flaws in it. It be established on perfection. It says, when many of the days gave to Master Muhammad, it was perfect. Okay. Oh man, you so hard, man. You so perfectionist, man. You so critical. Okay, well, no, I'm not. You don't have to deal with it. Go and do your thing. That's too hard for you. You don't think anybody's making you come over here. Man, they can be part of this. Because you're gonna be 100%, or you're gonna get the F out of here. We ain't gonna build no Negro but kingdom. We do everything exactly right. You look out in the universe, everything is exactly right. Only problem is right here on the planet that in your mind, but what's happening on the planet is totally mathematical. It's perfect. We know exactly what's happening. There's no imperfection here at all. Only imperfection in mind is in your mind, but that's perfect too. Because all it is revealing that you are flawed. So that means we know that it's not include you. So all you do is reveal that you are flawed. So you telling us, oh man, that's too much. Man, okay. When you tell us you're a flaw, so we know you letting us know. You don't even know it. You let us know that you're a flaw. You get all mad and pissed off. Okay, fine. Then you showing us that you're a flaw. So we know not to include you. Everything's perfect. Everything we did is perfect. These devils are perfect devils. We took perfect advantage of the situation, the energy deprivation. The Quran tells you everything Allah makes is perfect. There's no imperfection anywhere. It never has been, never will be. That's what consequence is to make sure there's no imperfection. That's what consequence is. Make sure there's no interference. Like a current. It makes everything right. Okay? So we don't worry about people, oh, good. I've had over the years, oh, man, you need to be merciful, forgiving, and all that. Okay, I'm merciful, forgiving, bye. Perfect kingdom. He's a perfect demon. And you say, oh, well, he's doing a great job. Farrakhan's doing an excellent job. See? Because he's drawn, he's like a weather vane. What do they call it? Lightning, what do they call those things, right? See? That draws lightning to it. That's what he draws demons to him. He's Peter who make, he says, on this rock I'll build my church. And the gates of hell will not prevail against it. I would laugh at that one. On this rock I build my, he calls up Peter, on this rock I build my church. And first of all, you build a church on a rock, it's not going to last. It has no roots. That's what, right there, tell you right there, something wrong with it. You build on a rock, it has no roots. Right? That means, so we're going to blow it off. On this rock I build my church. See? And the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Now, that was always cracks me up. Because it's saying just the opposite of what it sounds like it's saying. Because you got the church, and then you got the hell, and you got the gates of hell in the middle. Got the gates of hell between the church and hell. Now, what are the gates of hell designed to do? Designed to keep people in or to keep people out? So it's designed to keep people in, the horrors of hell in, right? And it fails, it doesn't prevail. That means the horrors of hell, the demons of hell, come run into the church. And that's what it says. The gates of hell, it didn't say the gates of hell will not fail, so it will not prevail. That means they're going to fail. That means the church will be filled with demons, Peter. It cracks me up. He's perfect. He's drawing all the demons. So we have to go get them. Over in Sunni land, in Hadith, now I haven't read this, but then they tell me, in Hadith it says that a lightning rod, I think they call it. It says that there'll be a lightning rod set up for false Israel. All the false Israelites, right? And so I guess they didn't see it. That meant false Israel over there, that's over there. And that would draw all of them to it. So when the Mahdi and Christ came, they were all in one place. He had to get rid of them. Okay. He's perfect. Keep doing your job, Farrakhan. Because we go easy, or you have them all together in one place. We're going to look for them. He's a Jew. That was his Satan again. Satan casting out Satan. He says, I'm casting out Satan. Yeah, because you Satan. He says, who's casting out Satan? He been saying himself. What did the scripture say? Who's casting Satan out? Satan would be. Satan casting out Satan. Okay? Because he's Satan too. You missed it. Just go Google that thing I told you. That's it. I told, oh man, this man, okay, whatever. See? Because ain't nowhere in hell you can say he followed Elijah Muhammad. It's like where he followed Elijah Muhammad taught, because I was there. I don't have to take no second hand. I'll tell you about where that red message black man, or how you live, or fall of America, or how our Savior's arrived. Because 9% of what Mr. taught is not in the books anyway. I tell you a lot of things he taught. In fact, if you go and look at all the messages of black man, you can find them. Right? You see a lot of stuff that's not in those books. See? Okay. So here, there's this fire. Look at his resemblance. Principal Clark. Now he's trying to say, oh, he was a light-skinned, trying to get good around it. Well, he's a light-skinned Jamaican. His nationality, that's not his ethnicity. Now, they call us American, but that's nationality. I ain't American, but that's not your ethnicity. That's him. That's his daddy. Oh, God, it don't matter who your mother, father is, right? God making a room, okay. But yeah, God's a man, but he's everybody's woman. He's desperate to cover his ass. Look, cover it. Just keep on drawing those demons in. Because we're about to take them all out. We want to get them all out together. Because you read Exodus, right? They was all drawn together. Then it was all wiped out. All wiped out, all of them. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's move on here. Still trying to work this system. Percival Clark. Louis Eugene Grounds, NY backwards. Notice that? Louis Eugene Grounds, NY backwards. That's his name. Louis Eugene Grounds. See? So, son of perdition was sitting in Elijah's seat. That's Farrakhan. He's sitting in Elijah's seat. Calling himself God above and putting himself above all that's called God. Well, that's what it means. You have to understand, angel key, understand that. Because who's called God here? Master Muhammad is called God. Satan is called God. See? That's what that means. And I'm not going more any deeper than that, brothers and sisters. Like I said, says who God, who the Lord would consume with the spirit of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. And he's about to be destroyed. He's already being consumed. They're on the run now. They're very defensive. They spend all the time lately. I said, tell you about what current events things happening. But how good Farrakhan is. How he's the one. Even though he got 3 feet in the grave, right? He's in a wheelchair, can barely walk. I don't think he can walk at all. They bring him out, right? Every 10th Sunday, I guess, right? Or every once a year. And then they got to prop him up. And they got to tie him down to a chair, right? And they got to watch out because, he got his shit bag, he pisses his shit in, right? Make sure that don't get on anybody. But some wouldn't care anyway because that's honey for them. Oh, man, got some of his, well, whatever. Battle cry. Okay, we'll go over this again, bro. This is the Friday of Power. I had a little more every time. Break the pride of power. See, that's what we're going to talk what that means. Okay? Part of it is breaking the cross. See, but that's secondary. Because that says Suma will break the cross. Right? The Christ will break the cross. Because 2 more years, there will be a Christian on the planet. Guaranteed. 2024 will be a Christian on the planet, not alive. Break that cross, because it was a lie to begin with. All the evil they've done, God can make all of it. Came out of the Dark Ages, chapter 20, medieval period, 1,000 years. They came out after being bottled up by Muhammad's resurrected Abrahamic empire. And he came out covering the whole world. Exact. That is so clear. Even before I broke the shield, I had basic understanding of that. Because I knew European history. So that's got to be that. Basically, I asked the millennium something will happen, whatever. No, it's God can ask America and Britain. They got to see the whole world, but then they got destroyed at the end. Because at the end, they would go back and check the people that bottled them up to begin with. That's where they were in the Middle East, right? And that's where they destroyed it. See? One brothers and sisters. Okay, I taught this brass triangle again. Now I'm going to go through it again, right? Briefly. This whole society, we empowered them to rule. Okay? But their final iteration, the way it would become as powerful as they are, but it will be a combination of 2 things. Right? Control of us. I'm going to go a little more detail and reveal something I haven't revealed before in that case. And which gave them the Industrial Revolution. That came out of our minds. And the Industrial Revolution would be fueled by oil. And that would be the basis of power. So actually the basis of power is us. We started, and we took it to another level, which then They still need us. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But this whole technology, oil is lifeblood. Without it, it freezes, right? Seizes. And that's the word I was trying to use all day. Seizes. But freeze probably is a better word. Because, I mean, okay. Anyway, it locks up. So if I gear train, just locks. See? So when you look around the world today, what's all the commotion about? Oil. All is the base of everything that's going on in the world today. That's all turmoil. They just blew up Russia's pipeline, right? False Zero claim they got this new oil thing there, right? All buying over in the Middle East trying to get them to so-called Saudi Arabia to pump oil. All this sanction, all this is around oil. And then oil pricing in America is rising. And Biden is definitely trying to keep it down before the election. So why are you trying to keep it down before the election? What's going to happen? After the election, it's going to go sky high. A couple of weeks, you're going to see some oil price you never thought you were going to see. But you're going to see worse than that. Oil is the lifeblood. I can't express enough. It's the lifeblood. It's like oil, like blood. If you know your blood, you're dead. And that's it, no life. And if they got oil, it freezes. If your blood is too low, it might as well be dead. That's what's happening. See? That's the fundamental. Let's take that part. That's the lifeblood. Okay. Then you got, now all this is in the Middle East. Then you got false Israel there. Now what they provide? They provide the credibility, the authority of the Europeans to be who they are and to be the top dog, because they're saying they're God's chosen people. How are they saying that? Because the word Jew comes from Judah. If you understand the tribes, Judah is the tribe. That's when it's supposed to stay faithful, while the other 11 tribes fell away, which supposed to be European tribes. Because remember, they are Europeans, right? Called Caucasians. So if they can get you to think that false Israel is Judah, when it says in the angel Revelations that those who say it's Judah are not, but the synagogue is safe. That tells you right there. It's a synagogue, that be their place of worship. Synagogue. Why do you call it synagogue? They say temple, synagogue. And definitely, ain't that a big enough hint right there? Anyway, so that gives them authority and the carte blanche, if you wish, or the credentials, right? To have control of the Middle East. They have authority because they're God's chosen people. And then you got, they were sitting in heaven to prove it because they got position, because they have control of the Middle East now. They went in 1990, they broke into heaven. It says in the days of John, right, the kingdom of heaven had broken into by evil men. They broke into the kingdom of heaven. They tell you, heaven is beyond the sun, moon, and stars, then how are evil men going to break into it? How are evil men going to break into heaven if it's way out there in the 10th dimension you're talking about, when Scripture says, from the days of John, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence by violent men breaking into it. So how can they do it if it's way out there? Because that's talking about the Middle East. So they break in. So they have control of all. See, we got control of heaven. We have control of the holy sites. Jerusalem. You said they don't have control of Mecca. They have control of Arabia, Saudi Arabia. They depend on them because they guarantee them. Why would they have to guarantee them that they will stay in power as long as they kept giving oil, low cost oil, if their power wasn't under their control? If their power was under their control, why do they have to guarantee it? Because the guarantor is the one that controls it. If America has to guarantee that you can stay in power, that means they are power. Because they say guarantee when you lose power. That's why they guarantee. I'm holding you up. If I'm holding you up, I'm the one that's going to control I stop holding up, you fall. I'm the one in control. Certain land is not. You're in control of Mecca. You're in control of Medina. That's what Bin Laden was all said about. They're not in control. God and Magog and false Israel is in control. They've been in control since the 40s. We guarantee you your place, that you control. We guarantee that you control the Middle East as long as you keep it. So no, you stop giving us cheap oil. We don't guarantee that control. That means we take it back. We take it away from you. If we are the ones to guarantee it, that's the triangle. See? Lifeblood. See? Control of heaven. See? All the holy sites and everything else. And the identity. We're God's chosen people. How can you fight with that? How can you deal? That's it. So look at all three of those things. So you can argue, that's legitimacy. That's the basis of power. So if God's chosen people can't do anything wrong, you understand? I'm not going to more detail that. I've been saying 3 or 4 days. I'm just explaining that again. So if that's taken away, if they're taking control of the Middle East, heaven away, if that identity is snatched away from them, that they have true Abraham, and the lifeblood, in the industry, this technology, everything is gone. This whole economy collapses. The whole reality collapses. That's their power base right there in the Middle East. The Egyptians and everything else in the Middle East. Now what's going on here now? I'm getting, they're really in my system. I'm telling you. Oh man. Anyway, brothers and sisters, they do everything they can to stop me. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because it's only a few more days and this is where I start. Yes, that's where it's how to break the pride of your power. That's where pride is, that's where power base is. The military cannot run without oil. See? Plus the people have to realize that they're doing God's, it says they will come when people be doing be abused and tortured, torment you, right? Think they kill you, think they're doing God's will. So they have motivate the people, we're doing God's will. See? And we got control of heaven. That shows. You understand? All this comes together. So what happens is, that Mass from Muhammad says a war broke out in heaven. That's where conflict is. Now, if God is this omnipotent being that you say that can create a whole universe in 6 days, how does he fight with anybody? Who can fight with him? So how do you going to fight with him? Who's in that fight with him? He's in heaven, and there's a war in heaven. Why are they in war? Do you go to war with ants? You squat them. Get quiet of war. You go to war with that opponent that can fight, that's a threat. That's what war is. It's a contest, it's a battle, right? But if there's no battle, if the person has no power to threaten you, so that's bullshit right there. Anyway, a war hand breaks out, and Michael's angel goes against dragon's angels, and the dragon represents House of Sod. I'll go into that in a few minutes, right? And these angels, Gog, Magog, and Antichrist, that's America, Britain, and false Israel, and they defeat them. And when they defeat them, they break the pride of their power. See? They don't not just defeat them, they kick Gog and Magog out. But false Israel, right, the identity, they destroy it. Because according to that identity, being true to Abraham and going back, they cannot be destroyed. When they return, right, everlasting kingdom, they cannot be destroyed. But they're destroyed means they're not. That means someone else is. It means it can't be them. That's a big lie. See? That's out the window. See? Oh, cut off. What does that mean? No more oil. And America was nearly totally dependent upon that. Trump had tried to get him off of that. Biden got back on it. They're totally dependent upon oil in the Middle East. So now, first, the image is gone. Destroyed. The source of oil. Destroyed. And the control of heaven broken. Their power is broken. That's why their men's hearts be filled with fear of those things coming upon the earth, because the powers haven't been shaken. The powers are shaken. Mission, one shake is broken. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. And when that happens, then what's the repercussion of that? And that's what we want to deal with. What's the repercussion of that? See? Oh. But before I do that, let me go back. Let me just go ahead and finish. Now, I've talked about this in detail. I'm going to go a little bit here, but I'm not going to go as well. I'll see. Right now, America and Europe are in difficulty. In fact, they're the most industrialized. China's following, right? But they're more dependent on oil than any other country on the planet, other nations, right? But now it's critical because America's pretty much capped most of its oil, right, input in the country that's stole here, right? And so it's dependent more of Middle East oil than ever. And they got a problem because they got Iran, the sanction was a major producer, but they need oil. Keep that in mind. They need the oil. They got more sanctions because, but they really need oil, but they want to hurt them. So, that's a problem right there, right? So they're mostly getting it from there, but it's getting high, it's getting costly. Now, I'm not going to all the details how long oil lasts and stuff, because it doesn't last that long. They get maybe, at the rate they use it, maybe another 100 years, all is gone, then what happens, the whole thing, that's another story. But anyway, they're mostly getting it from the Middle East. They're not getting it from Argentina anymore. Is that Argentina? I believe it's Argentina, right? Argentina. Well, I think that's the country in South America. Right? Not getting it from there anymore because they're under sanctions. So they're totally dependent upon what's coming out of Arabia. See? Now, for us, Israel said they found some great supply. That's still, in the pipeline. Right? Russia's cut them off. So they don't have access to that. So what happens if that war breaks out? War breaks out, that means their major supplier is gone if they lose that war. And now Michael's Angels, which is a Shia, Iran Shia, are victorious. They have not only control of their oil, they have control of Arabian oil, and also control of all Arabia's oil, also control that oil that Israel claimed to be having. Okay? Off their shores. That's a conflict, that argument the conflict Lebanon and them were having about it. They haven't told all that. So America's cut off from that. No oil from Argentina, no oil from Iran, no oil from Russia. All they have is their reserves, SPR, strategic petroleum reserves, which Biden has been undermining by giving a lot away, so now it's at low level. And what they have in the ground, they can't get out fast enough. So that means oil price will go like to the ceiling. You think it's bad now? You're about $40 a gallon? But what we're told is that once they get kicked out of the Middle East, they're immediately going to war in Europe. This war in Ukraine, all that kind of stuff. So when that happens, the military needs oil to fight. Remember, you need oil for everything. Without oil, the whole economy collapses. You need oil for electricity. You need oil for gas. You need oil for everything. For food, for transportation, everything. Now America's at war, and the oil they do have, they have to confiscate. The military has to confiscate it to fight, because they're fighting in Europe. But now remember, Europe has no oil at all, because they totally cut from Russia. They don't have any source of oil. They don't have any reserves either. Now America's only operating off their reserves. How long is that reserves going to last? And they have to confiscate. They got to control that. Because, man, they're going to be moving supplies. You ain't going to be no gas and gas station stuff. Every day is going to be totally expensive. I mean, like, you forget about it. Right? And Europe, same problem. They got even worse. See? But now they're in war. And they're cut off in the Middle East, too, because they was helping America when they was fighting that war over there. They cut off, totally cut off. That's why I said chapter 18. Overnight, their economy just totally collapsed. Totally. So the only source of, and they can't fight, they can't even get in this fight. They're supposed to help America, and NATO's supposed to help America, and all. They can't, because they have no source for the military to fight with. So America's fighting alone. But the other side of it is that Europeans says, hell, we're freezing and starving over there. We don't get that starting point. And so they said, what the hell with all this NATO stuff? Article 5, they go to Russia. Russia turn that oil back on, and we're on you. So that's happened. They betray America, they go to Russia. So now America's fighting both of them, right, with limited oil. They got unlimited oil from Russia. And so where oil America get, they got to confiscate from here, so there's no oil in America, whole economy collapses. Now, when there's no oil here, even if there's a little bit of oil, you still won't be able to afford it because everybody's going to make a demand for it. Not only that, but you need all the harvest your farms, right? To ship it to market and all the stuff that you do. You don't have all to do that. Even if you got a little bit, it's going to be very expensive. So even if you have a little bit, and oil is about $20, $30, $40 a gallon, how much you think an egg going to cost when you get to the store? $200 for an egg? $500 for a chicken? Initially? To $1,000 for a chicken? $10,000 for a chicken? That's because the money's going to be no good. You can see a place like you never saw before. And after a while, it won't matter. Because there won't be anything anyway to sell. It says there'll be totally broke. There'll be no fish, no birds, nothing. Read the scripture, there'll be nothing. That's the result of that war when he breaks the pride of their power. What would look like in America a week into that? They're fighting over there. They're desperate for oil over there, America. That's what they have. They're taken. Okay. So what will happen? A week into it with no food whatsoever. What will it look like in America? What it says they're going to start eating you. So they're going to start eating you, brothers and sisters. If they can, that's why it says, when you see that war in the Middle East and false Israel surrounded by armies, that means the war's been lost and now they're surrounded. Say their destruction is near, not their redemption, their destruction. They're trying to tell you to redeem. Notice the destruction. We said flee. Because we see that, because they're going to see what's happening. Because they're under siege. They're not going to have any food, no oil, and they're going to be eating each other over there. And that's why it says, men's hearts be failing for fear of those things come upon the earth, because the powers have to be shaken. Because they're going to see, they'll get a perfect sign over there, right? For all the world, that's a big view of all the world. Because remember, Iran got all those drones, they ain't been knock them down, they have all nothing to do anything with it. So they can send all the drones flying over with cameras, showing everybody The barbarity of that situation over there, eating their own children, eating their seed themselves, fighting and killing each other before they finally just destroyed. And they're going to see it all over the world. They're going to see it here. They know it's coming here. They don't always see it because the economy is collapsing. This happens very quick. So that's what they're going to see happen here. So what do you think it's going to be like when you're here? A week into it. And the other thing is, remember, now they know false Israel is not true. And they know at that point that these plagues happen because of you, that you're the true seed of Abraham. As like Mama told them. And that God is not coming to help them, come destroy them, and you, God's people, and they're going to be eating you, angry. Well, forget about eating at this point. They'll be angry, and they're going to say, as brothers they said, they'll be cursing God, blaspheming God. So what's they going to do to God's people? What's they going to do to God's people when you identify as God's people clearly? What do things be like here, brothers and sisters? People that have never went without a meal more than 2 or 3 hours. Now all of a sudden, there's no food whatsoever, none on the horizon. Because that's what happens. They can't deliver it to you because it's too expensive. And if they could deliver it to you, you couldn't pay for it. They say, it'd tell you, it'd be too expensive. It says if they throw their gold in the silver streets, that means it's worthless because things are too expensive if they even have it. But they don't even have it. It says as getting into that point, initially they have scarcity before famine. And so it'd be so scarce that a donkey's head would be very expensive, maybe $1,000. How much food on a donkey's head? It said bird shit. That's dove, doo-doo, dung. It said that'd be very expensive. People be buying that. They can get it to eat. And then they be eating you. See? Because it'd be hell here, and they know, and you 3/5 human, so can't eat you. Because you're not human. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. This is what we're talking years from now, we're talking a few days from now. I'm warning you so you know. And so when you see that situation building over there, flee. Where are you fleeing from? The army? No. From the police force? No. They got time. Because you said you don't have time to go in the house and get anything. Your baby, nothing. That means your next door neighbor. The one you're sleeping with. Whoever. So let me move on, brothers and sisters. Oops, going the wrong way. Okay. I want to talk this out. I keep talking about this. I'm talking about it again. Because some of you are going to run to the scripture and say, oh man, that already happened. See? And I need to say, no, you better read it carefully. I talk about consequence. Consequences. There's 2 types of consequence. See? On a coin, you have 5 equal 5, 10 equal 10, or you have 10 equals 5 plus 5, or 10 equals 2 plus 8, or 10 equals 1 plus 9. It's still equal 10, but one has a quality to it. So one is called eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That means 5 equals 5, 10 equals 10, 7 equals 7. Well, one side say, the other one is both are justice, but the other one is you put that person out, you spend 5 years in jail. See? So 5 equals 2 plus 3, 2 types. But perfect justice, right, is eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That's what the Bible tells you about. And that means you reap what you sow. See? They didn't say you reap the consequence of what you sow. You reap what you sow. It's the same thing as eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. So the consequence is a mirror image of what that type of consequence, right? Perfect is a mirror image of what was done to you. So you do this, you get the same thing as said chapter 18, right? Do them as they've done to you. So be the same, do it as they've done to you. They say, do bad to them because they did bad to you. Said, do them as they do. So the consequence would be a mirror image of what they did. That's what's showing here. That's perfect, right? Consequence. See, that's what it said it would be. So they use that's that concept in scriptures. And so when you look at the scriptures, if you understand that, if you look at scriptures, which one are you looking at? Are you looking at the image or the mirror image? When you read scripture, are you looking at the image or are you looking at the mirror image? That's what I asked. Are you looking at the image or the mirror image? Because you might not be able to tell the difference. See, if at some point you could look at something, is that the mirror image or is that the image? Is that the image or the mirror image? Because what you're looking in there, they keep telling you that Farrakhan used the same trick. Oh man, see, you wicked. Yeah, that's why he's suffering all this stuff. That's why he doesn't tell you about the reward in Abraham Covenant, read the top part, because you don't get reward for being punished. And that's the reward, the promised land. You don't get the reward for being punished. So he don't tell about that part. He's telling about the suffering part, the punishment part. He said, you're so evil, you're punished on stuff. That's because he's one of them. And that's their message. And that's where we read it. Because all things happen to us because we're being punished. But we read it carefully, because it says in the scripture, see all those things that happen there? See, that's what it says. But read it carefully. Because if you read it carefully, you find out you're reading the mirror image. You're reading the mirror image. You read what happened to the people, what's happened to people that did those things to us. That's what you're reading. Because in one case, in many cases, all of them actually, I'm going to talk about one in particular, I think it's in Jeremiah, it's talking about how your children take away from you, right? You're going to go crazy, you're going to be beaten, and you're going to be eating bad food, and you're going to be tormented, and your children taken away from you, and your wife's going to be raped, and all this stuff will happen to you, right? All these bad things because you disobeyed God. All these bad things because of all what you did. Right? And so they say, that's us. See, all these things happen to you, that's us. But when you finish reading this, after all these things happen to you, then you will take your captivity. Then you driven you all the nations. Afterwards, not before. Because you're at the mirror image. What you're looking at is what's going to happen to them for what they did to us. That's the trick. They got some diabolical tricks, brothers and sisters, that I know the tricks, but you have no idea what's about to happen, what they're doing. Like I said, this demon thing, that's a diabolical trick, and many of you succumbing to it. Elijah Muhammad succumbed to it. He didn't recognize Farrakhan as a demon. He was told not to separate the chaff from the wheat because he didn't have the ability to do it. He didn't recognize demons. He never talked about them. Because he had ability. So Suleiman would be the one that recognized demons. He would want to call the demons out. They say, you just said, Louis Eugene grabbed our backwards Farrakhan, please stop tormenting me. And he says his torment was because Suleiman was pointing him out, was exposing them. Because they had me hidden until Suleiman came and pointed him out and then defeated him. What you're looking at, brothers, is a mirror image. They're talking about what's going to happen to them for what they did to us. So you see two things there. You can look at it and say, oh, that's all the things you did to my people? See, because remember, all the thing here is what's going to happen to them. But what's happening to them is what they did to us. So you get two things. Once you understand what's going to happen to them, and you understand what they did to us. Because those things they did to us. That's what you're reading, brothers and sisters. That's a major trick. You're looking at the image, not the reality. Now look at the main image, you look at the mirror image. Excuse me, you look at the mirror image, not the image. But they tell you looking at the image. See, it's sinful. That's why we're not going to promise land according to him, because hey. See? But no. All those things happen to us after we're in captivity. All these things happen to them before they go into captivity. It happened to them in their promised land, and they go to captivity. Us, it happened to us in captivity, then we go to our promised land. I'm breaking it out for you. Here it is. You can take this one and say it. See? Here it is. Every act has the opposite, but that's why you got to say it right. There's some troubles with people I was trying to tell them. You got to say it right, because see, they didn't know about what I'm telling you right now. And so now they see that you got to, if you say it wrong, what's missing? You got to be careful with the language, but especially if you're going to deal with me and deal with the angel. Because if you say it the other way, then you don't get this, do you? Every act has a, is it equal? See, the whole idea I just told you, it doesn't show up, does it? But when it's opposite or equal, then, now you're going to grasp what I just told you. Every act has an opposite and equal reaction. I was so adamant about it. Man, you can't just say it that way. You got to say it like I told you. There's a reason. I pick my words. I know what I'm saying. I know why I'm saying it. Because I'm building up to something. You got a little flaw, and then there's a bigger flaw, And if you're a leader, and you don't keep your word, and you late, and all these things, right? And you lie, and you weak, all that kind of stuff, right? You multiply 1,000 times, because that's what you're going to get. Because your followers, they're going to take that and emphasize it. So you might as well have any followers in the army, whatever. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. See, our situation was, we was in captivity. They took us in captivity. We said Holocaust, now we're going to the promised land. That my father cannot tell you anything about, because he thinks we're on the top here. Because in their situation, they was in the promised land. They call it the promised land, right? They were going to suffer the Holocaust here. Same way we suffered that, but then they're going in captivity. Because you say, well, that sounds backwards. How are you going in captivity after this? Because that's them, that's not us. How are we going to be in captivity already? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Because they're going to suffer the Holocaust here for 1 year, and then they're going into captivity. Okay, I got a few more things, but I got a few more interesting things. Well, it's interesting, well, depending on you. What's on this damn? Oh, man. This system is really driving me. Oh, oops. Oh, well, I might as well talk of this again. Oh, no, there's another point. The first day I left out something. The second day I left out something. And the third day, I'll try to make it up today. I told you the first day I said, I was pointing out about Solomon having 7 wives, 300 concubines. And people say, I'm not going into detail, but they say, oh man, that he was wicked because he had his wives and everything else, right? And sometimes say he's a good person, he's the wisest man ever lived, right? And David was bad. David sinned because he took that took that wife, right? Kills that man's wife. Took her husband, took his wife. That's it doesn't mean anything like that. It's talking about us. It's talking about Master Muhammad taking us from these devils. Anyway, that's no story. I'm not clear, bro. That's a whole other program, right? But then all the time, right? Solomon's the bad guy and David's the good guy. So. Because you don't read it right. It has nothing to do with what it sounds and seems like saying. So you understand angel key, and that's why you understand angel key is the key locks, because all the stuff is explained in angel key. So to cut to the chase here, there's a 7 wide. If you look up top there, I should have actually split it. But look up top there, right? That's the ark, and that's the 7 wives right there. Master Muhammad is David. Is his spiritual father, David. And Suma, Su, son, oh man, Su, it comes in Latin, Su, Oman, son, Su, Oman, right? That's the son there, right? He's the one in Noah in the ark in the top window there. So he's Noah also, right? Okay, that's 7 wives there. And then his father, right? Spiritual father David. And then down there, see the concubines, the demons that was thrown out? They wasn't legitimate wives. They weren't, they couldn't, right? Not even there. That's what that means. So it's another way to verify the angel key. So another thing I said the second day, I said, I forgot to tell you. Remember, he fell in the problem. He said he had a problem because he was marrying wives from other tribes or from other nations. And there it is right there. Because they talk about, right, because that's the ark. And you got 3 different nations there. he got wives in. They're not real wives. It's about angel key. So that's two different nations there. That's what it's talking about. He was marrying wives from other different, some. So that's what it's talking about. But the other thing I want to tell you, you got this stuff gets deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. You can dig. One time, angel, if you got a shovel, you can dig deep as you want to dig because this stuff gets really deep. Last time I haven't even told you yet. Some of you points up. Somebody here give another way of looking at this, right? Now it says Suleiman. Now if you understand, Suleiman represents son there, right? Right? So that's another way of telling you, but Washington represents son of man. So that's another way of telling you that Suleiman, it means son of man. Because it's Suleiman, because once you put that together, the son has to be Solomon. And we know that's son of man. That's another way of verifying that. That's the point I forgot to mention. That's another way of telling you that. When you put the key together and say, oh, son of man does mean Solomon. And Solomon is the son of man. That's where son of man comes from. So Solomon, because who? Solomon was the son of David. See? And David has a heart like God. I mean, that's another story. I don't need that, brothers and sisters. We can dig deep. I tell you, we can go dig real deep into this, brothers and sisters, but, I can't go too far because, like I said, Anyway, I want to point something out here, and then I'm going to leave it, let it go, brothers and sisters. See, I'm not sure I'm going to take this all the way through. But remember it says, okay, I'm talking Michael's angels go to war, dragons, angels. Now look, this is another construct of the key here. Right? Now I put it right here, where we're right now, where America, where Shia is going to go to war with America and Britain. Right? Okay. So we see, when you're talking about those creatures right there, and the bottom line is, this is the way I'm not going into detail. But we know it's true because Britain controlled the Middle East and India, all that. They controlled that for hundreds of years. But it was Europe, right, that colonized Africa. It was Russia, that's how probably we know the key is right? It was Russia that idealized Orient with communism. And America controlled us. And we're corrupt. That's why hell for us are demons. Because of the rape and everything they did to us for 40 years. And the whole thing's under control of the God of this world, Satan. He's going to sit on the throne, control the whole affair. So watch this. Watch this closely. And see there, I just hit America. Hit us in America, right? Now what you got America, false Israel, and Britain, which is God, Magog, and Antichrist. And you got the dragon now. Most of you don't understand this, right? But House of Sod represents the dragon. See? I didn't move anything. I just emphasize this. That's the dragon and his angels. That's the dragon and his angels right there. I told you I showed you from a different way. This is not the same thing I told you yesterday. I'm telling you a little more than I told you yesterday. Now look at this, unless I messed this up again. Look at this. Now take dragon out, and you got Michael, and his angels see Iran under them. But hold on for a minute now. See? Say, why is he under them? Hold on for a second. No. Okay. Watch this. But this is right. Oh boy, I messed up again. How did that happen? I fixed that. Okay, brothers and sisters. I don't know how that keeps happening. This is really bugging me. Okay. I wanted to actually graphically. Syria and Iran, it should be on top of this before they go up here. Syria and Iran should be on top of this. False Israel, Britain, and God, and Magog, before they go on top, because that's during the war. At this point, they're victorious. I don't know how that happened. I fixed it. I took my time to fix that. And so something happened. I don't know what. That's the way. See? So now they're victorious. But when they're at war, they have Michael's angels fighting against the dragon's angels. You understand? When they're around top of that, that's what it means. Michael's angels fighting against the dragon's angels. Because you see the long way, you don't see that. But you see this way, you see it. Michael's angels fighting against the dragon's angels. And then Michael's angels are victorious. Okay? Yeah. Maybe tomorrow if I do this again, I'll just get it right. I don't know how I did that. And then dragons, angels, and his angels are kicked out. They're kicked out of the Middle East. And Syria and Iran controls it. They said, well, where's Matt for Hamas down in Russ? But look what happens here. Right? Okay, let me go back and look. See, I got a little study over this here, and I missed the main point I wanted to show you. Okay, you got three positions here. They ascended to heaven in the 1990s. It's three positions. The top position is the mind position. The middle position is the hand position. And the bottom position can be the feet, but it also can be the mouth. If it's in the center, it can be a horse or whatever, but the bottom, if the center of the bottom was blank right now, right? If it took false center right there and put over there at the bottom, right? It could be a mouth too, right? Because at the bottom of each nation, in the center, it could be a mouth. Depends on the scenario, the context. Keep that in mind. So when they're sitting in heaven, right? They're sitting in heaven in the 1990s, right? Okay. There wasn't no internet, Facebook, and that stuff around that time. Let me back up a little bit. In the 60s, I said every 50 years we get this energy wave. I connect to music. I never connect to anything else. I'm going to explain some things to you now. But what happened also in the 60s? All this AI came in. That wasn't existed in the 60s. Computers, laptops, cell phones, none of that stuff was even on the horizon in the 60s. Okay. We brought a new technology in the 60s. Computers, all that kind of stuff. So I brought that technology in, AI, in the 60s. Because we brought it in just like we brought new music in Motown. And we brought jazz in 50 years earlier. And we brought blues in 50 years earlier. And now we're about to bring in new music and a new technology that they know nothing about. But see, we brought that before. While we was here, they was controlling it because we was under their control. We brought it into existence, they control it. Because they have control of the quality of our energy. I'm revealing something I never revealed before. I'm revealing it now because they can't stop it at this point. And so you understand why, one reason why we got to get the hell out of here. Because a new music is about to come into existence. We're at the 50-year mark again. We're about to get some energy burst. It was going to change everything. The 60s changed everything. 50 years earlier, 20 changed everything. 1860s changed everything. Every 50 years, there's new music and new technology. Industrial Revolution started 1860. You know what I'm saying? Every 50 years. So new technology is about to come into existence that you ain't never thought of. Because somebody told you about this stuff you see now in the 60s. You said, what the hell are you talking about? Nobody about no video game, that kind of stuff. Like, what the hell are you talking about? That was like Star Trek stuff. So new technologies coming in, similar to what Master Muhammad deals with. And they cannot let that technology get in the hands of the devils. That's why they want to keep us here. Now, I told you I'm revealing more and more stuff to you. There's new music coming in and new technology coming in. And that's why Master Muhammad gets out because they get handed that technology. What it says, what did the serpent tell them? If you eat that tree, you're gonna become like them and live forever. That was the hint. Because if you get that power, you'll live forever. Because we have this power that we have. That's the technology that's going to make everything new. That's technology that's going to be based on a new creation that's going to last forever. So if they have it, they can do this last forever too. Now I told you. See? So when they moved to the atmosphere, see, they can't count. See, that's where in the 1990s. See? That's where internet, all that stuff come in. The cloud, all that stuff after the 1990s. But they're weak in it. They can't, see, just like they're the prince of the power of the air, but Master Muhammad is the god or the king of the power of the air. You know, all the stuff you see out here, electricity, not electricity, but radio waves and microwaves and atomic bomb kind of stuff. See? He has mastered that. But they're trying to move into heaven, not just there or the Middle East, but into the atmosphere. That's talking about. Now see, they're the top right there. That's where they are. And we're there. We're right with them. See, they'll stay with us so we can get control of it. So we have control of internet, all that stuff. Other European countries, this ain't come from other European countries. None of this stuff from 1860 all the way to now, how come it not come from other European countries? How come it not come from Russia? They're not innovative. Why is their innovation coming from here? Not there. They're just copycats. Cars, planes, they're copycats. They can do maybe better and some, but they don't cover anything new. Tell me some new technology they came out with. Internet, social media. Tell me some new atomic bomb. Tell me some new technology, that they came out with. Some new music. None of them. So they're so superior, they should be doing it, not here. And so this new energy wave that's percolating the earth right now is momentous in the heavens and earth, but coming all of a sudden, you're about to feel it. And it's going to generate new music, but it's generate new technology. That's going to make all things new. You're going to be a part of it. It's coming out of you. A technology you've never seen before. That says you can't imagine what it's going to be like. That's why I keep telling that. No heart can imagine. No mind, because you can't imagine from this point of view what it's going to be like. It's going to be something totally different. It's going to be a technology you can't even imagine right now. I can use it here, but I can't. It's so different. It's so powerful. And we can't let them get their hands on it. That's it. True of life. Take it out. Get it out of there. Before they get their hands on it and they'll live forever. Who is that? Who is the true of life? That's 145,000. Get them out of there. So get hands on that and live forever. Brothers and sisters, F5 can't do anything. He don't know shit. He relies on a demon. He's not going anywhere. They want to get their hands on it. S.A.'s clowns. I was like, get them out of there. Because they get their hands on them, they get and live forever. That's what the mistake, brothers and sisters. That's why that gets out of there. And Master Muhammad is going to do it. He's going to do it right on time. See? Because you got a lot of us so stupid, they just give it to him anyway. Oh, hey, Master, how about look at this man? You can do this, man. Yeah, okay, I give you $1 billion. For this, they give you $1 trillion if they get their hands on this. And in fact, if you could tell them how those planes work, they give you $1 trillion. I get $10 trillion. If you tell them how those planes work, if you come to that idea, if you could tell them, they thought you could tell them. come with a new technology that's going to change everything. It's not going to be anything like this. This technology is like a stepping stone. This technology is like 1 plus 2 relative to differential equations. Something totally new. That's it. It says, right? You can't imagine it. I make all things new. It's going to change everything. Nothing like this. See, and it's coming out of the mind, a special mind. That's creative mind. That creative mind is so powerful. It's more powerful than it's been since the creation. Even the first garden has this kind of spatial power. And then you got this super technician, Master Muhammad, going to bring it in, be what it is. They can't touch it. That's why they cannot get their hands on it. They won't get their hands on it. It's going to come in. So, I want to have it. I don't have it. Because they thought I have it. Boy, they would snatch me right here. They probably at my door right now because they're listening. They thought I really had it. Whoop, you see me snatched up out here. Yeah, but we had a hard go down at Gitmo. They thought I had it. I don't have it. But you know something? Even if I did have it, Master Muhammad, he protects me. I don't need protection, but he protects me because he's going to make sure that you don't F around with me. You already played around a little bit, but those days are over. So come on, do it. Do your thing. See? Like Moses said, do it. Throw everything at me you can. Okay, brothers and sisters. See, that, so then that's when you're going to kick him out of here, out the atmosphere. See? Suleiman has control of the atmosphere. I didn't actually put that, I keep forgetting to put that in so I know I'm not showing him in here. And then, remember, they was down here before. This was America, right? While we was in Holocaust and everything else. So remember, there were hands at that point. Remember, at top is the mind, but those are hands. See? So they wasn't doing our mind that time. They wasn't living off our mind. They were living off our hands, our works. They were living off our slaves. And that's how it was living off us for 40 years when they was in that position there. See? Hands. Now here's the punchline, brothers and sisters. This is what I want you to see. I think I messed it up, maybe a little ahead of me. But what's going to happen? They kicked out, right? And they get ready. What's going to happen? Bam. Then where that position is? Mouth. Then lift your mind. Got to manage that. Lift your words. Now, this is famine time. Live off of eating you. That's a mouth. I tell you, bro, this video is powerful. It tells you a lot of stuff, but you don't see it. Like I said it's right in front of your face all the time. Eating you. All of us. So it'll come after all of us. All blacks. Then eat position. Famine. So eating us. Their mouth at that point. And we're in their mouth. Being eaten. That's why it says in Adam and Eve, right? Now they're eating. They took away, they started eating. The tree of knowledge of good, tree of knowledge of evil. That's no story of good bones. It's just, right? False Israel is on the seas. Everybody's seeing them being the beasts they are. I'm saying a lot of stuff, though. So I really point a lot of stuff out these days because you're going to see this in a minute. Then falsehood was taken out. It's gone. It no longer exists. And not eating you. Okay? And then what? I don't know how this happened, but since this is not the one I had. So I'm going to have to do this again tomorrow to give you one because I had a lot of stuff I wanted to show you in there. This is Oh, I don't know how that happened. I really don't. I mean, I need to take a rest. Somebody keep telling me I need to take a break. Okay, well, I'm not going to go into the stuff I wanted to go into on this because it's not there. I don't want to talk through it. Let me see what I do have here. If I also go, because I already went down, but I got to show it again. I wanted to show something else here. Okay. As for winds blowing, first one blows, and during that time when the fourth one blows, right? That's when all blacks come together, right? All the blacks come together, they attack all blacks, and then we throw them out. We throw the demons out. So I'm gonna flush through this, bro. Since I have more detail I wanted to get, but I don't have the one that they had to explain that. Well, yeah, but okay. I don't know how Brown says. Anyway, but it is anyway. See what it says? Great army. See, so I know people submit. I don't know why people don't ask me questions because they say, "Well, if you have a question, ask." Maybe if free ask, maybe they don't understand. Let me show you something. Now, a lot of people think that's the resurrection. I haven't stopped thinking that. That's resurrection. What's in the resurrection? For the blood, the great army. That's not the great army. That's not the army we're going to war with. That's what demons, mostly demons. Then that's not the great army. Right? The four winds blow. After four winds blow, see, when all that happens, I said all the time very quickly. The demons are cast out, and that's the great army. That's the great army. See? It says, the God says, Joshua, you're on the ground, you're on the ground, I got you in the air, I got your back. That's the great army we're going to war with. Not here, we're not going to war. We're not going to war. The only war we're going to fight here is with demons, get rid of them out, because they're going to go to war with us, because they're going to try to make us stay here, try to convince us to stay here. We don't want to, they're going to try to force us. Try to take our leadership so we get the rest to go along to know we hell with it. And we've taken out of here. That's 104,000 taken out of here. See, that's the ones that got to be go. Because they're the ones come to that new idea, the new mind. That's the spatial. They're the ones stashed out of here. See? But a lot of people are left behind because they didn't wake up in time. That's what it says. Some everlasting life, some everlasting shame and appallment. And also the saints, or Elijah's Levite army, they still behind. They go through tribulation too, because they're the ones got to bring our rest of our people in that they neglected or they didn't minister because they had priest tribe. They should have ministered to them in Elijah's absence, but they was fooled by Farrakhan, was deceived and under plague by these demons. So now they got to go through the Holocaust. Through the tribulation to get the rest of our people. That's the great army. That's great army. We're going to war with first to take back our country, Middle East. Okay? And we got other battles. That's just one of them. Let me see how much I got here. Okay, let me back this up here. And then during this time, you got a demon war going on here. Notice it's a 5-month war. When they kicked them out, remember Mark, they was kicked back their demon daddies, the devil daddies or the swine daddies. They go to cook together, they go to fight together. Because they've been eating. There's no food here. And they've been eating. And so the only thing there's no choice, is right? They have to win or die. So they have to win and take over America or they die of eating. And that's why it'd be 17 million of them. And they feel they want us, 17 million of us, to go with them, so hell with that. We out here. That's why they want to fight with us. Say, well, we got all of us work together, maybe. Because they have no choice. Because they don't defeat Massa, then they beat by Massa. Okay? So they say 5 months this goes on, and then Massa feeds them and eats them. 5 months this war goes on. The locust plague, they call it. So that's when they take, they eating. Remember on the bottom represents mouth. So now they're eating. Then what happens? And when they eat at that 5 months, that's the time it takes the goat, China, India, they embark on the west coast. They're the goat, that's the leopard, lion, yellow, brown spots that comes against the ram, American Britain, because Britain's military and everything's going to be here. Canadian military will be here. Australian military will be in New Zealand. Because they got their lands destroyed. Only the left is their military, and they come back. They all come here, right, for the last stand here in this hemisphere, North and South America. See? So then that's the flood. Flood covers the whole earth. That's them. That's the flood. Okay? Then what happens? So something happened here, bro, says, and that, now when the flood comes, you understand here, Obama, he's the beast that has 7 heads and 10 horns, but no crowns upon his horns, but he will be with the beast that has 7 heads and 10 horns, and his crowns upon his horns, who received his power from the dragon, who has 7 heads, 10 horns, but crowns upon his heads. That was European countries, but now shift to Oriental countries, death and Hades, because European countries and Armageddon destroy themselves. So they emerge as world powers, right? And so they attack, but it says non-Islamic Africa, which will be under control of Obama, right? They're going to all combine together, and they'll come and attack America. All be together. He's that little horn in Daniel that's plucked 3 by the roots. Whose 3 horns he plucked by the roots? The 2 horns of the ram, that's American Britain, and the horn of the goat. Okay? So then they get to fight with each other. 8. Did you see that? Let me see. Right quick. Let me show you real quick. See, after they take out Europe, right? Then they get to fight with each other. See, Obama getting fight. That he's that king or the horn that takes him out. So he takes out the leadership, and he has all control of their armies too. That's the world latter days. As we home is secure, and the whole world is under Obama's control, who's called Lucifer, right? Is under his control. And one thing ain't not under control is us in the Middle East. And as you look over here, it says, because we have returned, we the real Savior. There's no walls around us, and we in peace. Not this fake one who had walls all around and never had their pieces had been there. Now we're hard peace and prospering, and he's got the whole world except for us. And then that's where he attacks us. And that's the final war. The war of the latter days. God will attack us. Now why I call him God? See, Obama is God. See, you say, well, after said America is God. America is God, but God is also the title of a person that controls Gog. That's where we play. That's where we do it. They have sometimes a country and a person, but he wasn't all presidents of America were Gogs. Because America is God. All the presidents of America were God. That's it. God is going to attack Israel. On the mountains of Israel, that's where they're going to be destroyed. He's the God. He's also Belshazzar. I'm not going into all that, brothers and sisters. One day, maybe I just go into a whole thing about him, but not today. Then he does that, and then what happens? That's when he attacks us. And what happens? Whoop! Wiped out. 6 months buried dead, and that's it. New Jerusalem. See? New Jerusalem, heavens and earth. Now, what is, in this case, really should be earth, right? That's the new earth. The heavens is above it, and it says, after the flood, right? It said God put a rainbow upon the earth. That's talking about that bullshit they talk about. No, that's the rainbow above the earth. The show will never happen again. See, you need to understand the angel. I didn't show that, but anyway. That's it, brothers and sisters. My voice is gone. I had a couple of bugs here I didn't anticipate. Hope you understand, brothers. I'm going to leave it there. So I think I'm gonna read Ducks on this tomorrow. Just finally wrap it up, right? But this. I may just keep on talking this because this is where we are, brothers and sisters. This is the knowledge of the hour, of the minute, of the day, right now. Current events. That's what's about to happen in a few days. I keep on telling you because this is what we talk about. This. Anybody that knows anything about the angel or knows anything about it, this is what we're talking about. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Let's see. Okay. See if oh boy, I tell you. Man. Okay.